Let's talk fire pump bypasses. Now first, what is a fire pump bypass? A fire pump bypass is piping that allows water from the suction side of a fire pump to bypass and go around a fire pump. Now they're installed in the case that a fire pump doesn't start, that we can allow some water to go around that fire pump. Now, when are they required? NFPA 20, which is a standard for the installation of stationary fire pumps, has some requirements. Chapter 4, which covers general requirements, 4.16.4.1 provides us with a little bit more detail. It says, where the suction supply is of sufficient pressure to be of material value without the pump, then the pump shall be installed with a bypass. Now, what that means is material value and sufficient pressure of material value means we have some sort of pressure that is going to do something, right? Basically, if we are providing the suction side of that pump with pressure from, say, a city water main, and we have whatever, 40, 50 PSI, if that pump weren't to start, we have some pressure that could go around and do something, provide some water to those sprinklers that have activated. In that case, we're going to put a bypass in. And a lot of this is up to the designer and installer and AHJ to kind of determine what that material value means. But basically, is if we have a suction tank and it's sitting on the ground and it's providing basically no pressure to that fire pump, and the fire pump's providing all the required pressure, then putting a bypass isn't going to do much, because if the fire pump doesn't start, we're not going to get really even enough pressure to push that water through the system, so a bypass isn't necessary. That's kind of what that requirement means. If we've got some sufficient pressure, then we need to put some sort of bypass in there just in case that fire pump doesn't start. Now, let's go take a look at a bypass in a fire pump, and we'll talk a bit about some of the considerations and what a bypass actually looks like when it's installed around a fire pump. So let's go take a look. So here we have an example of a diesel fire pump with a bypass. So this fire pump gets its supply water from city water. So the water actually comes in through this direction. And because of that, we're providing a bypass that if there was an issue with the fire pump and we weren't able to pump water this way, the water can bypass that fire pump and go out to the system. So with this setup, there's some things we do need to pay attention to. Notice up here on the bypass, there's a check valve. There's also a check valve on the discharge of the fire pump. And we've got a pressure maintenance pump back here, which is just providing pressure maintenance to that sprinkler system. That also has a check valve. So we want to make sure that all the water is only flowing in one direction, that we're not pumping water back out. And then, as with most things, we want to be able to do maintenance easily, or if we need to shut down the system, we've got two valves here on either side of this check valve. This is through that bypass. So we can shut these off and perform maintenance on that check valve, or if we need to shut off that bypass if we're doing any work, that's what those are there for. But those are always in the open position. In this case, they're being monitored by the fire alarm system to make sure that they're always in that open position. And then just another quick thing with bypass valves or bypasses, if we've got all these check valves, we want to make sure we've got the sensing line that goes to our fire pump controller here. We want to make sure that those sensing lines are attached on the system side of all those check valves, and that is the case in this installation. So we're sensing the water pressure drop on the system side of any of those check valves that we have installed. So that's just an example of what a bypass looks like on a fire pump. Hope that gives you a little bit more detail on what that looks like. And as always, stay informed and stay safe.